And welcome everyone. My name is Janine Ortiz and I am the Partnership Marketing Director for Discover Puerto Rico. Muy buenos días and thank you for joining our industry update. In this webinar, Discover Puerto Rico's executive leadership team will walk you through the latest updates, strategies, and trends in research, marketing, and sales. After the presentation, we will have time for a Q&A. So please feel free to send your questions throughout the presentation. You may do so by using the Q&A feature, which is the bubble labeled Q&A at the bottom of your screen. During today's industry update, you will hear from our CEO, Brad Dean, Marketing Research Analyst, Cecilia Rodriguez, Digital Marketing Director, Dalisa Seda, and Chief Sales Officer, Ed Carey. And now to get things started, I'll leave you with Discover Puerto Rico CEO, Mr. Brad Dean.
Saludos from your DMO, Discover Puerto Rico. We appreciate you taking time today to join us, and we are very pleased to share with you an overview of our plans, actions, strategies, and current market dynamics as together we work to grow tourism throughout our entire island. And as we approach the midpoint of 2023, it's clear that our island's tourism industry continues to set records and lead both the U.S. mainland and also the Caribbean region in tourism activity, growth, and employment. Our team will share with you the most updated metrics we have today, and I hope that you're as proud of the progress we're all making as we are. When I consider all that we've accomplished together and I look to the future, I can't help but be very optimistic about what's taking place today in Puerto Rico tourism. Demand continues to grow. Our brand strength continues to improve. Both leisure sales and meeting sales both continue to climb, and maybe the most important metric of all, more people employed in Puerto Rico tourism today than ever before in our history. But you and I also know that we can't lead forward by looking in the rearview mirror. Our industry continues to experience a rapid pace of disruption and change, so the team at your DMO continues to stay very committed to adapting, evolving, and continually improving, expanding, and enhancing all that we do. You'll hear more about that today in our presentations. We know that rich, vibrant culture is a strong place for us to continue to plant our brand flag. And that's nothing new for us at Discover Puerto Rico, as we made history and culture a key ingredient in our sales and marketing strategies early on. And then we doubled down on that with our current brand positioning, Live Boricua. We've seen remarkable gains in brand strength and differentiation through Live Boricua. And you'll hear more about what those plans are today, and also what our plans are in the future as we continue our effort to target key audiences and attract more positive publicity for our island through a multifaceted earned media strategy that's both broad, deep, and always evolving. You'll also hear of the great progress we're making in leisure sales and group sales, both of which are giving our island a tremendous lift to its visitor economy. And not only are we seeing our meetings bookings growing at a blistering pace, we're also very honored to be welcoming some very high-profile events that have never come to the Caribbean, or at least haven't been here in recent years. For example, the American Society of Travel Advisors, the Women in Travel Summit, the the International Gay Lesbian Travel Association, and a few others that we'll talk about in upcoming meetings that are all bringing both positive attention and tremendous economic impact to our island. And while our primary focus is on what we can do to position the island as the premier meetings, leisure, and events destination, we also remain very, very committed to directly impacting local businesses. And we do this through a variety of services and initiatives, but none have been more impactful than La Idea, the island's digital education academy, which has nurtured a vibrant win-win relationship between our local digital gurus and local businesses in the tourism industry. As we launch today's industry update, I want to take this opportunity to thank you, our industry partners, for your support, Discover Puerto Rico. In just about 3 weeks, we will celebrate the 5-year anniversary of your DMO. Together, we've accomplished a lot in those 5 years, and the future is very bright for Puerto Rico tourism. We've set records and then broken those records and set new records. We've won awards, accolades, and global distinction. We've proven again and again that the DMO model can and will work in Puerto Rico with great success, and we've demonstrated that a results-oriented, research-based, data-driven organization can excel despite great adversity and challenge. But beyond all of that, I believe one of the greatest accomplishments in our first 5 years is the quality of the team that we've assembled. To a person, our Discover Puerto Rico team is passionate about this industry, passionate about our island, and deeply and firmly committed, putting the transformative power of travel at work for people all throughout the island. You'll hear from a few of our team members today, and each of them are stellar examples of the talent and passion that we've amassed building the team at your DMO. And I hope you're as proud of them as I am. And now it's my pleasure to turn the presentation over to our market research analyst, Cecilia Rodriguez.
Thank you, Brad. It's great to see that the momentum from our first quarter results has continued into the early part of spring. Year-to-date results through April show continued gains compared to the same time last year among our key performance metrics. So far, hotels and rentals have generated over $680 million in lodging revenue, a 20% increase from last year. Overall air arrivals to the island have increased by 18.6%. Specifically, arrivals into the San Juan airport have increased by 17%, and regional airports are likewise performing well year to date, boasting 11% more arrivals than in 2019, attributed mostly to additional flights into Ponce and Aguadilla. Demand for both hotels and rentals has risen by 14%, and although hotel supply has slightly increased, hotel rates have continued to exceed those of rental average rates. Now, in looking at the future booking pace as of May 28th for the second quarter, overall hotel occupancy is 0.8% higher than last year, with demand trending at the same pace as last year. And after a bit of a slow start, the third quarter hotel occupancy is currently 2% above last year, with the transient market picking up during the early summer months. And although group business for July is slower, August and September group bookings are pacing ahead of what was on the books at the same time last year. Demand for short-term rental accommodations is on the upswing, according to key data. For the current quarter and the next, demand has increased by 17% and 30% respectively. Now, for the current quarter, non-resident airline bookings have an increase of 7% compared to the same period of last year, and the third quarter has seen a significant rise in booking pace with 17% increase. Now, all of these increases in Q3 flight purchases are in July and August, as bookings after Labor Day weekend are not outpacing a year ago, as the peak storm season and the one-year anniversary of Hurricane Fiona approaches. Now that we've looked at the summer travel period forecast, we are happy to share that our first round of visitor profile surveys executed during the first quarter of the year have been completed. And now we can take a look at how it compares to last year's and see if any market trends have shifted. Now, this year, we have seen a marked increase in visitors aged 45 and up. 54% of our visitors now fall into this age range, which is a significant 12 percentage point hike from the previous year. It is quite understandable why the older demographics of visitors to the island have shifted over the last year, with older individuals being more vulnerable to COVID-related illnesses. It is unsurprising that they have stayed away from traveling before. But that said, the surge in cruise ship travelers to San Juan has meant that more mature tourists have made their way to the island. And there's certainly a great opportunity here to make the most of this baby boomer target market, with their visitation numbers starting to rise again. The baby boomer generation, which includes individuals born between 1945 and 1964, has had a major influence on the economy due to its size in comparison to other generations. Baby boomers comprise 29% of total visitors, which is a 5-point increase from the same time last year. Now, we're taking a closer look at the baby boomer generation of travelers, and recent data provided by industry partner Destination Analysts suggest they possess more time and resources to put towards travel. Not surprisingly, they are often eager to visit family. However, getting away for romantic trips is an especially desirable option for these travelers, including international trips, visits to historical sites, food, theater, and wine are all activities that they really spark their interest. And when deciding where to go on vacation, many people tend to visit beaches and warm climates such as Mexico and Florida. By comparison, only 1 in 10 consider Puerto Rico, which is comparable to our Caribbean destination comp set. But this does indicate there are good market opportunities for Puerto Rico. When it comes to accommodations, safety and customer service are key factors in travel decisions, encouraging guests to opt for hotel stays over rentals. And additionally, this generation tends to make reservations further in advance of other age groups. Now, this trend is reflected in our visitor profile booking window. There were still the greatest number of reservations within the 1 to 2 months prior to arrival timeframe, but reservations that were made more than 3 months in advance rose 6 percentage points to 43%. The hotel segment booking window has especially extended, likely driven by the demographic switch and a significant rise in group business compared to the same period last year. Reservations made over 3 months prior to arrival rose by 19 points between January and March. Cruise home port visitors had the largest proportion of bookings that were 6 months prior to arrival. However, the market had significant gains in that 1 to 2 month booking window, up 8 percentage points from last year. Now, we also wanted to check if anything had changed in the visitor profile with the activities our visitors enjoyed on their trips. Now, overall, it's clear that our guests enjoy more than just the beach this year. Approximately 80% of our visitors experienced the wonderful gastronomy of the island, and 25% have taken part in activities such as outdoor recreation, museums, aquatics, and hiking. Now, although visitors certainly enjoy our beaches as much as our historic sites, this really shows that our marketing efforts have been successful in showcasing our local culture and not just a beach destination. We also analyzed the destination selection factors that our visitors shared. Now, unsurprisingly, the weather proved to be the most important criterion during the first quarter, which makes sense for travelers during the US colder months. However, it is great to see that local culture and scenic beauty also ranked highly in people's decision-making process, just like they did last year. Now, visitors typically spend 5 to 7 nights on the island, depending on their chosen accommodations, and do plan ahead as some of the most popular attractions may require advanced reservations. DiscoverPuertoRico.com is among the leading resources for pre-travel planning for visitors. Now, additionally, travelers do rely on online travel agencies, YouTube video channels, review sites, and other social media providers for information. But because of the importance to our visitors, it's really imperative to work together to ensure the accuracy of the data at DiscoverPuertoRico.com. So we do ask all businesses to review the information, submit any updates. You can submit them directly to website at discoverpuertorico.com. Again, website at discoverpuertorico.com. Now, Discover Puerto Rico is using this data from the visitor profile to inform how, when, and where we target potential visitors. We're constantly assessing this data to ensure we're making the most efficient use of our resources. And it's encouraging when the data feedback loop really validates how the decisions we make in our marketing program generate results. The decisions we have made based on this data have us on pace for another record-setting year for both total visitation and visitor spending. Now, to discuss the latest happenings regarding our marketing efforts, I leave you with Digital Marketing Director, Dalisa Seda.
Gracias, Cecilia. Hola, buenos días a todos. So our Live Boricua 2.0 campaign is up and running, bridging our paid media in alignment with the summer season. The campaign features messaging centered around the beach, nature, and the unique culture of Puerto Rico across multiple channels, including cinema, OTT, print, social media, and native placements. And we have exciting news to share. Our fourth and last cinema flight launched on May 5th, running for 2 weeks across art and core markets. The 30-second ad played before Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Facts 10, the final film in the Fast and the Furious saga showings. And to maximize our brand and campaign exposure, wall wraps were recently installed in SJU's high traffic areas. In addition, a Live Boricua activation is featured to boost brand awareness among travelers and entice them to take and share photos on social media. And you can see some samples on the screen. Now, continuing our efforts to spotlight the south and west of the island, we relaunched Live Boricua 2.0 with new regional photography and footage. Our newest assets highlight cultural and regional experiences and activities for travelers and locals. Additionally, 2 15-second spots were developed using the new footage. And let's see them now. We also updated social and native ads for the Southwest regions using the new imagery. And these ads include a map and a locator description to highlight each region. We also developed new display ads for Booking.com to promote new routes between key markets and the Aguadilla and Ponce airports. The call to action on these ads drives consumers to the Puerto Rico landing page on Booking.com. Additionally, we recently launched a customized 15-second video educating viewers on the unique attractions across each region that runs immediately before our campaign spots. You are watching them now on the screen. These units aim to increase ad recall, consideration, and intent, and further educate and contextualize the offerings of the regions. Now, in April and March, multiple placements ran across Meetings Today, a publication targeting planners on the mainland. This included a full-page print ad, digital ads, and an advertorial with a spotlight on the Puerto Rico Convention Center and various hotels. Watch the Waves is our newest initiative to promote beach and water safety while providing concrete tips to travelers on how to remain safe on the beach. This is intended to keep travelers informed and serve as a tool for industry partners to share among their guests and locals. Messaging and a QR code will be shared across our own channels, social media, website, and also on the industry portal. The informational flyers will provide safety tips and a call to action that will direct them to watch the Waves landing page on our website. We are also currently working with the NOAA while finalizing these assets to ensure accuracy. The QR code on the flyers will direct travelers to a map on NOAA's site that will show the location of rip currents. This flyer provides information and tips such as how to know you're in a rip current, what to do, how to avoid them, etc. These resources can be used by our industry partners to help inform customers and guests at hotels, airports, and car rentals. Now, as part of an initiative to share craft beer experiences on the island, the DMO completed a photo shoot to increase awareness of Puerto Rico's uprising craft beer culture. This new library of photo and video assets includes breweries and tap rooms around the island and will be showcased on our own and earned channels, including website, social media, and more. Now, after the successful launch of Live Boricua and a record-breaking year, we've determined this is the best time to begin the development of the next iteration of the Live Boricua campaign. We are in the early stages of the strategic and creative process that will focus on building curiosity and context around the tagline to further drive consideration and travel intent. Through storytelling from Puerto Ricans, we'll add dimension to what it truly means to live Boricua across multiple aspects of Puerto Rico's unique and distinctive culture. This is set to launch in Q4 of 2023. Now let's share an update on international. Brands USA influencer program touched down on the island in April. Prominent travel influencers were invited to visit iconic areas of Old San Juan, discovering the waterfalls at El Yunque, and promoting the best surfing beaches on the West Coast in Rincon. This influencer program forms a crucial part of our international content strategy, which aims to solidify a perception that Puerto Rico is the Caribbean island of unique people and experiences unlike any other in the region. With a combined following of over 3.2 million, the content capture generated a total of 56.5 million views to date, with the most popular posts being of the beautiful beaches in Rincon at sunset and the Salinas de Cabo Rojo. Generating an earned media value of over 800,000, this program has performed beyond expectations, delivering a 20-to-1 return of investment while promoting all regions of the island. Across April and May, Discover Puerto Rico hosted several product managers from some of the biggest operators in the industry. Our international market FAMs began with a combined group from Spain and Colombia. This group included representatives from the largest operators in both markets. Discover Puerto Rico also welcomed the Canadian Product Manager FAM at the end of April, which showcased some of the best golf resorts across the East region. UK efforts continued with a first for Discover Puerto Rico as we delivered a jointly hosted FAM with JetBlue. The itinerary showcased both Central and Southeastern regions. Now, last month, Discover Puerto Rico hosted 7 top-tier media from the Spanish and Colombian markets on a 5-night FAM trip to the island. Media included La República, Colombia's most important economic outlet, El Mundo, one of Spain's leading national newspapers, and Viajar, a high-end leading Spanish lifestyle magazine. The itinerary focused on the island's gastronomy, its cultural offerings, outdoor adventures, and beaches. And as always, many fantastic partners were involved, including Cocina Abierta, Ron del Barrilito, and Hotel Palacio Provincial. This month, we also welcomed two top-tier UK journalists on behalf of The Times and the Daily Mail, 2 of the UK's largest national publications, which we are extremely excited about. Discover Puerto Rico will also partner with Condé Nast brands to promote Puerto Rico as a destination friendly for everyone, including the LGBTQ+ community. We will work with ambassadors to elevate the narrative of the island and promote its creative vibrancy. The partnership will kickstart with 2 Pride-themed events, first in Toronto and then closely followed in London in June. We will partner with a Puerto Rican photographer to showcase the island's queer community through the eyes of Boricuas. And this will be closely followed by the launch of a hero video, which will speak to the overarching campaign concept, only in Puerto Rico. Throughout all the individual elements of the campaign, the spotlight will remain on local talent and their voices, expressed through a range of outputs, from art and photography to fashion, design, and dance. Discover Puerto Rico will also partner with Harvey Nichols' flagship store in Knightsbridge, London, with a terrace takeover through July and August. Aside from dressing the space, we'll curate a themed cocktail menu with Bacardi and collaborate with a Puerto Rican chef on the menu. The takeover will be promoted across Harvey Nichols channels, including the window of their flagship store in Knightsbridge. It will also be amplified via digital out-of-home campaign. And with a high footfall and numerous brand touch points, this collaboration will put Puerto Rico at the forefront of London's summer scene. Now, Discover Puerto Rico will partner with Starlight Occident in Marbella. Let's go back a slide. One of the most iconic boutique festivals in the world. Attracting an elevated audience who seek unique experiences, the concert will take place in a natural outdoor space inside the quarry of Nahueles and offer music with an international known star alongside entertainment, mixology, and gastronomic experience. 2 Puerto Rican artists will be performing, starting with Ricky Martin on July 14 and 15, and Luis Fonsi on August 14, bringing the vibrant Boricua spirit to Starlight Festival. Discover Puerto Rico will continue its partnership with Rolling Stone and Español by collaborating on an event in Bogotá on July 8th. The event will showcase iconic Boricua talent in music and fashion, including Villano Antillano and designer Herman Nadal. The event will also have Puerto Rican rum partner to showcase the famous mixology from the island. Now, let's move on to paid media. In paid media, we kicked off the 4-week Spot TV campaign with new Live Boricua 2.0 spots targeting emerging art markets. Our OTT advertising strategy is still strong, ensuring Puerto Rico stays top of mind and generates interest among potential visitors. We are also continuing our partnership with Revry TV through OTT advertising, especially during Pride Month. And regarding print media, we had our final issue in the planned 4-part series with the New York Times Sunday magazine on April 23rd. Additionally, we published our first issue in Meetings Today magazine for April, focusing on mice. We had one more issue in May, centered around beach meetings. We also rolled out OTT ads on April 19, and we have achieved over 6 million impressions with our 50-second spot and topper ads. The topper ad is an extra ad that plays before our main spots, and it's a teaser that shows off all the amazing things you can do and see in each region. And it's been driving even more interest than the 50-second spots alone. We're talking about higher consideration from the viewers, plus we are seeing a 20% more efficient cost per website visit. In digital, we launched in April to drive awareness and revenue in the South and West regions as well. After the initial launch in April, we've seen an astonishing jump in revenue at nearly $1 million in hotel revenue directly tied to our campaign. Additional digital metrics show a promising start to our Southwest efforts, with awareness efforts driving over 33 million impressions. We've seen 4 million video views completions and response-driven media such as paid search and social, bringing traffic to our site at efficient rates. And you know, we love being the first, best, and only. So this first to market opportunity is coming to life with over 70 pieces of content created to date at over 20 hotels. Content creators were sent to each property to capture a hotel and amenity footage, with the content capture distributed across At Hotel and Crib Scouts network of social accounts. The campaign wrap-up will highlight the bookings generated by this campaign. And here's another first for the DMO. Introducing audio ads allows us to expand our reach within our emerging markets with a new tactic. Our audio spot will run across the podcast inventory of the SMX podcast network and Pandora's streaming music inventory. Taking our audio to the next level, we are launching with a 3D audio spot that moves through depth and dimension with rich soundscapes and immersive storytelling. And as you remember, we launched our TikTok account and the campaign ended in May. We saw success in our goal of growing website traffic and engagement as well as organic followers. Our campaign resulted in over 120,000 engagements with our posts and 63,000 profile visits. Starting with paid helped grow our market share to give us upward momentum as we explore our organic presence. May was a strong month for discoverpuertorico.com with more partner referrals, page views, and sessions than in 2022. You'll notice the time on site is down, but that's one of the metrics that is being skewed by the COVID travel guidelines page, where users spent around 7 minutes last year. And that page has been unpublished because it's no longer relevant. And we have talked about the United Voices by AFAR program before. As you might remember, the call for entry was launched in March, and AFAR received 54 applications from the Puerto Rican content creators. The AFAR team was blown away by the number of applications received and the high quality of the submitted work samples. In April, AFAR editors came to the island for a 3-day summit with the 4 chosen content creators. They had experiences in the Southwest region, visiting points of interest like Guanica Dry Forest, Sandra Farms, Geochromatic, Antonio Martorell's Art Studio, El Centro Ceremonial Indígena de Tibes, La Ruta del Lechón, and more. As a result of the program, AFAR Media already started to publish and amplify articles, itineraries, videos, and photo galleries showcasing the island across their platforms. This first-to-market program will run through November. And to celebrate National Photography Month, the digital team shows some some of the most amazing user-generated content we have received over the years and share them throughout May. We also published 9 new original short-form videos. The latest episode of the Back to Our Roots video series dedicated to orange production on the island went live, so check it out. And Discover Puerto Rico recently started leveraging YouTube Shorts, and we are proud to lead the way with a consistent posting compared to other mainland and international accounts. The combined social performance for the month shows a 127% increase in net new fans year-over-year and a 19% year-over-year increase in website referrals. Last month, we also collaborated with Puerto Rican actor Luis Guzman to develop co-branded social content highlighting his visit to Old San Juan. His itinerary included a salsa class at El Bastión and bites and cocktails at La Factoria. The reel has generated over 245K plays and 26,000 engagements. Now let's share an update on PR. Public relations continue to elevate the island in many ways, securing strong coverage. Most recently, Puerto Rico was featured on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition cover. And knowing there are passport processing delays, the Ketchum team has positioned Puerto Rico as a top passport-free destination for US travelers. The island's accessibility and ease of entry continue to be a driving point of media coverage. The PR Now Forum anchored its messages on opportunity and growth on the fact that post-Hurricane Maria, Puerto Rico faced seemingly unsurmountable odds that far outweighed the impacts of other catastrophic events in the US, like Hurricane Sandy in New York and Hurricane Katrina in Louisiana. Our CEO, Brad Dean, spoke on a panel about opportunities to invest in the island, trends in the tourism industry, and collaboration among organizations on the island. As part of our marketing strategy to promote the island as a beacon of inclusivity in the Caribbean, Discover Puerto Rico worked with local partners to donate a luxury weekend getaway prize for the charity auction during the annual GLAAD Media Awards in May. The event honored those in media who have made achievements for fair, accurate, and inclusive representation of the LGBTQ+ community. The prize featured experiences from Condado Ocean Club, San Regis Bahia Beach, Distrito T-Mobile, Spoon, Kayaking PR, and Toro Verde Eco Adventure Park. On May 8, our CMO, Leah Chandler, spoke on a panel at the annual Reuters Strategic Marketing Conference in San Diego. The panel was focused on brand loyalty and building a meaningful fan base with fellow panelists, including the CMO of San Diego Padres, the global CMO of eBay, and the CMO of Qualcomm. The group covers strategic marketing initiatives that build trust and credibility with consumers, where Leah highlighted Discover Puerto Rico's core value of authenticity through brand campaigns like Live Boricua. Now, this series showcases Puerto Rican chefs in New York with partners Ronnie Rodriguez and Kathleen Squires, celebrated dining connoisseurs. There have been several successful dinners with the media in the last few months, most recently a dinner party hosted by Mario Ormaza. The gastronomy of these events is brought to life through partners like Don Q, who help keep the island travel central to conversation. And Discover Puerto Rico's Sunshine to Spare campaign is the official winner of the North American Savor Awards under the branded journalism category. The 2023 North American Savor Award recognizes superior achievement in branding, reputation, and engagement. The awards are focused on engagement, credibility, and relationship building. It is also known as one of the world's biggest PR awards. Now in Cleveland, we had an event that started with an introduction from Davelin Tardi, our communications manager, who touched on the island's differentiating factors like no passport needed, Live Boricua, and record-breaking tourism numbers. Media included top local publications, travel lifestyle bloggers, and foodie influencers. Entertainment was provided by Suavecito Project, who played traditional bomba and plena, immersing everyone in many aspects of the island's culture. In Dallas, Discover Puerto Rico hosted a media and influencer event to promote new flights from Dallas to San Juan and to educate local media and influencers about the destination and Live Boricua. The event was held at the Dallas Arboretum's A Tasteful Place with local chef Marco Ramirez Pursley who led a mofongo making class, and Donku Ambassador Gabe Sanchez, who led a piña colada demonstration. Discover Puerto Rico's communication director, Xiomara Rodriguez, shared destination updates, emphasizing the island's value proposition of no passport required for US citizens. We partnered with Frontier Airlines to offer complimentary round-trip tickets to 2 lucky media attendees to visit the destination. The event has already garnered 1.5 million impressions across 21 social posts. And in late May, Puerto Rico hosted the Women in Travel Creators Summit at the Caribe Hilton. The Women in Travel Creators Summit brought together 600 content creators, industry members, and thought leaders to learn, collaborate, and build a more equitable travel industry. Discover Puerto Rico worked closely with local partners to welcome media to the island with special deals and experiences. Before and after the conference, Discover Puerto Rico hosted fan experiences for select media highlighting the island's beaches, mountains, and culinary and natural wonders. And as you know, IPW is the leading travel trade show with past APWs generating more than 5.5 billion in future travel. The DMO representatives met with approximately 50 journalists from 5 countries on the Media Marketplace Day. Nearly 300 media and buyers attended Brad's press conference, where the DMO launched the latest retreat offering, highlighted the ease of access and value propositions, recent tourism success, and explored niche areas unique to the island. And as I just mentioned, Discover Puerto Rico announced at IPW new curated offerings that aggregate retreat experiences on the island, from hotel stays to yoga and everything in between. This was developed based on the current wellness trends. The industry is growing rapidly. This is available not only for MICE and corporate groups, but also for leisure groups like the Bachelorettes. A fan trip took place in early June to immerse the media and drive coverage. So check it out and contact us if you want to include an experience. In October, Puerto Rico will serve as the host destination for the International Gay and Lesbian Travel Association's 40th Annual Global Conference. Serving as the host of this conference further cements the island's commitment to inclusivity and standing out in the Caribbean as a welcoming destination. Discover Puerto Rico will invite media to attend the conference and experience the island through pre- and post-fan experiences. And Puerto Rico will be the host of another major media convention in September. The Society of American Travel Writers is an organization of over 1,000 seasoned and influential journalists, destination representatives, and PR experts in North America. SATW will hold its 2023 convention in September at the Sheraton Puerto Rico Hotel and Casino, bringing hundreds of attendees to the island. We will have opportunities to immerse media via FAMs and other unique efforts like a photo contest. If you have questions or are interested in learning more, please get in touch with our communications team. And for the last stretch of the fiscal year, Discover Puerto Rico hosted a number of FAMs to highlight the island's natural wonders, beaches, sustainable offerings, gastronomy and beer culture, MICE, and more. Top travel media from Forbes, Thrillist, Inside Hook, and more attended these trips and will be writing stories on their respective experiences. And looking ahead, in the next few months, the Ketchum team will continue inserting Puerto Rico into the media narrative to promote general summer travel, National Piña Colada Day on July 10, and Puerto Rico's LGBTQ+ offerings during Pride Month. Additionally, the FAM trips continue with a coffee and sustainability FAM and a diaspora influencer FAM in late June. Now, I'll pass it on to Aidil for an update on La Idea program. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Dalisa. Amazing numbers. Good morning, everyone. I will be sharing the results of La Idea, the Island Digital Education Academy, as we continue empowering our local partners with digital tools and knowledge. This award-winning program launched last year in January 2022. And as of today, I'm happy to announce that we reached our goal of optimizing the profiles of 5,000 businesses and points of interest around the island. That means that 5,000 audits and report cards were delivered to tourism businesses and tourism directors, and we offered one-on-one assistance to help them optimize their presence on Google, TripAdvisor, Yelp, Apple Maps, Facebook, and the Discover Puerto Rico website. As part of our visits around the island, we were also able to add 2,000 new listings to the Discover Puerto Rico website. Now, those businesses know about Discover Puerto Rico, what we do, and are more likely to attract new visitors to their businesses. Another important aspect of the program is the collaboration with city mayors and tourism leaders. We have hosted group learning sessions in 65 municipalities throughout all the regions of Puerto Rico, and we will continue covering the 78 municipalities very soon. All the businesses that completed the phase 1 of the program qualify for the second phase, which includes a free photo shooting of their businesses. We provide them with still images and 360s, and they can use it for any promotional purpose. As of today, 228 businesses have benefited from it, and we have uploaded the new imagery to their Google profiles and discoverpuertorico.com. As a result, 1,300 photos have been uploaded with a reach of more than 10 million views. And this is just the beginning, since we continue with the photo shootings. We also updated the Google Street View of the main streets of the metro area, like the beautiful example that we see in the screen of Distrito T-Mobile. And those images have reached 2.4 million views in only 5 months. The second phase of the program also included access to a bilingual LMS, a learning management system that gives business owners free online lessons to help them be up to date with the latest digital trends. All of these have been offered to the businesses at no cost, so we will continue with our compromise to help them increase their visibility, their conversion of potential visitors, and as a result, drive economic impact for their communities. So thank you very much. And now I'll pass it on to Ed Carey for an update on the sales department.
Ideal, thank you very much. That's exciting stuff. Well, good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. We're very encouraged that May was the strongest month we've ever seen in terms of new requested lean room nights. With over 156,000 requested rooms, we more than doubled the total requested last May. And this puts our year-to-date total well over 1 million potential new room nights for the destination. 34 new events turned definite in May and put our total booked events for the year at 333, which exceeds last year by 54%. These events still seem to be trending towards the smaller peak room nights, so lift on room nights is currently 20% higher than year to date. But before we continue to talk about future pace in Puerto Rico, we thought we would bring you up to speed on the latest trends and sentiment within the meeting planning community. The latest results from the ongoing Meeting Pulse survey that we've been following since the beginning of the pandemic suggest that optimism is high and new bookings remain strong. A full 70% of the meeting planners in the survey report they're actively sourcing or booking new events. And as many of our hotels can verify, the majority of bookings remain within, and you've heard this from our research folks as well, they remain within a 6-month to 2-year booking window. In fact, 53% are booking meetings within the year, which is good news for those of us who have need periods during the second half of 2023. However, despite this optimism, there are several issues that are keeping planners awake at night. Higher costs across the board from air and hotel providers are at the top of the list. And considering the higher costs, they are looking to ensure that the hotels they choose are fully staffed and that service levels match the price they're paying. Meeting planners are being asked to consider many factors when choosing a destination. So along with the cost containment, they're also carefully measuring ROI as well as, and we've talked about this many times, return on experience. And new ways of thinking about issues like sustainability, inclusion, and corporate social responsibility will continue to be part of the conversation. The good news is that we think Puerto Rico is very well positioned to address all of these concerns. It's also important for us to remember that the US mainland is not yet enjoying the record demand that we are seeing in Puerto Rico. According to the latest reports from SimpleView and Tourism Economics, the MICE demand for the US mainland is not expected to hit 2019 levels until 2026. And leisure demand will soften as revenge travel begins to level off. So our competitors will be hungry for group business, and it's going to be really important for us to remain aggressive, yet flexible. Our booking pace in Puerto Rico has been strong through the first half of this year, with some need periods in the fall and winter months. And we've been working closely with your sales teams monthly to identify and attack those need periods. The first half of 2024 is also trending very positively, and our current pipeline of potential business is at an all-time high. And in addition to a strong pipeline, as I mentioned, our current RFP demand is quite healthy. For the first quarter of this year, our RFP volume in CVEN is 117% higher than last year, and it's 132% over 2019. This is really positive because roughly 60% of our total lead volume eventually sources through CVEN. Site inspection activity has been very high, and our services team continues to deliver flawless experiences on island. Through May of this year, we've hosted 54 site inspections, which is 67% higher than the same period last year, and it represents 59,000 room nights, which is an 111% increase over last year. And we're also truly excited to enter into new strategic partnerships like Merits and BCD Travel, which represent the highest tier of corporate meetings and incentives. And organizations like the National Coalition of Black Meeting Professionals and platforms like the Convention Planet platform will help us uncover new opportunities that we're not getting from, or we haven't seen in the past. So we're really optimistic that the best years in the MICE segment are ahead of us. And on the leisure side, considering that the GDS, you can actually go right to the first slide, considering that the GDS provides us with limited data, it's really encouraging to see that this fiscal year, which is about to end in 3 weeks, is only 5% short of reaching 2018-19 totals, having surpassed all previous fiscal years. This graph, the next graph, outlines the top consortia who are making this happen. Now, American Express leads by far the marketplace with the next 4 accounts closely fighting it out for second place. So this is something to consider between now and September, which we all know is RFP season, and stakeholders ponder which of these groups to work with. Interest in learning more about how to best sell Puerto Rico continues to show growing numbers. More than 11,000 agents have enrolled since 2018, of which approximately 6,000 are now Puerto Rico travel experts, and they're out there actively selling the island. And through the program's loyalty platform, we can see the results of their efforts as they enter their bookings in the system for rewards redemption. We also measure which channels are the most utilized by advisors to book Puerto Rico, with GDS and wholesale being the prevailing choice. So we're moving them away from OTA. And through our presence in the marketplace has been comprehensive and it's ongoing. We have attended multiple events in all feeder markets and continue to develop new opportunities and relationships introduced to us by hosting the Caribbean Hotel Association and the American Society of Travel Advisors in the last several months. So we plan to remain focused on supporting markets with direct lift. And this month we're executing a Colombia sales mission, supporting co-ops with the top 2 bed banks in Colombia. And continuing last year's successful efforts in Spain, multiple co-ops have been implemented to support and grow the Iberia nonstop flights, which began daily service this summer. Our coverage of traditional and new top producing brands includes a wide variety of activations and in-person education. So appreciate your time today. And with that, I will turn it back over to Jenny.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ed, and thank you everyone for your attention today. I want to thank our executive leadership team for providing such great information and insight. And we will now answer a couple of questions that we have through the Q&A box. We want to answer these in the time that we have left. Also, please know that this webinar is being recorded and that later this week you will receive a link to a recording so that you can replay it at your convenience or share it with your colleagues who are not able to tune in today. And if you have any questions or need any additional information about the webinar, please send us a message at the email address on the screen. We will be very happy to assist you. So let's get started. First question we have. It says you mentioned an increase in job opportunities. Can you tell us what types of jobs are these and what roles will be available in the future? And I will turn that over to Alicia.
Thanks, Jenny. Thanks for the question. Certainly, employment growth has been one of the most exciting metrics that Discover Puerto Rico has been tracking in terms of year-over-year growth. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics reports that in April, there were nearly 93,000 jobs in leisure and hospitality on the island. That's an increase of 9% from a year ago and 19% since 2019. And this far outpaces other non-farm jobs on the island, which has seen about a 7.5% growth since 2019. And so leisure and hospitality encompasses both accommodation workers as well as those in food service. And accommodation employment has grown 16%, while food service and drinking places employment has grown 19% since 2019. And in terms of what that growth could look like in the future, the current hotel pipeline has about 1,500 rooms in development, which would be a 10% increase in supply. And of course, that rental market continues to grow at about a 25% year-over-year pace. But our visitor profile data shows us that visitors are spending a significant portion of their trip budget at restaurants. Though accommodations make up a third of trip spending, restaurants make up nearly 25% of that total. And this is really reflective of the trip activities and the reasons that they're selecting Puerto Rico. Restaurants and bars are the top in-destination activity in the visitor profile. And in the last year and a half of our data, restaurants as the top selection factor for their trip, with 27% motivated by Puerto Rico's food. Restaurants are the top in-destination activity, but restaurants as a selection factor is about top 5. Certainly, we've talked previously about how weather, scenic beauty, local culture, those are really the top 3, but certainly restaurants and cuisine is in the top 5. And in terms of, so we anticipate that would be really split between both accommodation and food service. In terms of where those might be, again, one of the exciting data points, though we know about 70% of employment is in the San Juan metro, we've seen about a 12% growth over 2019 in employment in San Juan, when Ponce has seen a 38% increase in employment in leisure hospitality since over 2019. Aguadilla, a 47% increase. So yes, most of the jobs are in San Juan, but essentially the growth in outlying areas has been most significant. So in terms of where we might see them in the industry and where we might see them geographically, we anticipate it would be split just as the current climate indicates in terms of where those visitors are going and how they're spending.
Thank you so much, Alicia. We do have time for one more question. Someone asks, are we having any upcoming RFPs for marketing or PR purposes? I'll turn that over to Dalisa for details.
Thanks, Janet. Yes, we will be launching in early July an RFP for paid media services, paid media buying and strategy, and also an RFP for website development. So stay tuned to our industry portal because we will upload the RFP there, and we'll share it also through our industry newsletter, which you can get if you subscribe to our industry portal.
Thank you so much. We have one more question that came in, and after this, we'll wrap it up. And any additional questions, again, you can send it to the email address on the screen. The question asks, how are we providing visibility to short-term rentals as an option within all of these marketing initiatives that we are right now offering? I can turn that to Dalisa.
Yes, I can respond from our own channels perspective. We promote short-term rentals on our website. We have a dedicated landing page with a directory of short-term rentals on our website, and we also feature short-term rentals related content on our monthly newsletter. And we have a list of subscribers of around 100,000 consumers. So they get our information regarding short-term rentals via newsletter, the website, and also we feature short-term rentals on our social media posts. As you may know, we have a huge fan base, over 1 million in Facebook. So the exposure is big. If you have properties that are in compliance with PRTC and don't have a listing on our website yet, just reach out to us, the website at discoverpuertorico.com, and we can assist you in creating a business listing, and that's free of charge, and will give you even more visibility to our consumers planning trips to Puerto Rico.
Thank you so much, Dalisa. And unfortunately, this is all the time that we have for today. If you have not registered to our industry portal or to receive our weekly newsletter and weekly research dashboard, please head over to discoverpuertorico.com/industry to do so. And if you need assistance with the sign-up process, please reach out to us and our digital team will assist you. So thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you soon. Hasta pronto.